I'm very happy to say that I received two goods that I have been waiting for, and I'm sure a lot of you have been waiting as well. One is the waterproof container by dji for the Osmo Pocket, the weatherproof case by dji. That arrived yesterday by courier. I'm very impressed. It took about 2.5 days to be shipped from China, so very impressed with that. And the other one, which I'm very excited about, is the Osmo Pocket extension rod, again by dji. Just in time, obviously, for my trip abroad. So these are going to be coming very handy as regards to putting some content together and possibly getting some fairly decent videos out there. Obviously, it's proof in the doing, but we'll see how I go. So as I say, it comes in the usual standard dji box. If I just take it out, the usual very reasonably quality. Comes with, as you can see, I've already opened it. Obviously I couldn't contain myself, I needed to open it pretty quickly, so you can see I've opened it. It comes with, let's have a look, it comes with the usual guidance manual. Very, very small, and to be honest with you, and I'm sure a lot of you, you do have a lot of trouble actually reading the text on these guides. Having said that, okay, there's a nice little drawings there, but to be honest with you, it's reasonably straightforward for the controls. I don't know if you can see that at all, see if it's going to focus or not. So as I say, there's the box, get rid of that. Okay, there's the packaging, and here we are. Okay, this is it. Look at that, I love the fact it's very, very compact. It's got a 1/4 obviously hole on the bottom, so it's a 1/4 inch hole on the bottom there. Okay, for a tripod mount or anything similar. Let's have a look, see what I've got here. Here we go. dji Tech. So this is, I mean, this is a selfie stick in itself, but as you can see, it's fairly useful for, obviously, for the actual tripod itself, and also any extension bars. So let's take that off a second. Now the thing is, the way it works here, as I said, it is an extension rod, so that is the main reason for it. So as you can see, it's probably going to go out of frame now, but obviously that's the full extent of it there, which is fairly easy for any sort of selfie situation, or getting a different perspective on what you need to view. Now let's just close it up a second. So with the actual Osmo Pocket mount, it just unclips, such as this is here. Fairly good standard, but as you can see in there, it's got a socket for, obviously, for the Osmo Pocket to slot into, because I'm reading the instructions that the Osmo Pocket actually charges the extension rod. Okay, it's obviously out for testing to see how long, whether this actually drains the Osmo Pocket a lot quicker. Having said that, the way it mounts actually in the clamp itself, or the Osmo Pocket's mounting clamp. You can obviously then connect, obviously, an external charger, so there is many options for it. So let's get my Osmo Pocket, and as I can see, it slots in there and then clamps up to make it nice and secure, and then there we go. At this stage you don't need to turn it on, because obviously you've got the control on the actual extension rod. So with this, you've got a smartphone mount, which obviously you can mount your smartphone onto it, and then if you wish, you can then sync with your Bluetooth dji Osmo Pocket Bluetooth adapter, so that can actually sit on here. Now I did worry a little bit at start to see whether, you know, would that stay on, but it's fairly secure and I don't think it is going to fall off at all. Now I have tried this out last night and it does sync very well, and it does make it a little bit user friendly as regards to you've got a larger screen. Having said that, you don't have to. You don't have to, because it works reasonably, still reasonably well. So you've got the controls here. Now to turn it on, you've got a function button. So let's turn it on. Let's take this up a little bit here. And you hold it down, and there you go, it initiates the Osmo Pocket. And as you can see, because I've got no screen here at the moment, I've got no smartphone, obviously it initiates the actual the screen on the small monitor on the Osmo Pocket. Now obviously if I did use the Bluetooth option and the smartphone here, then that screen would go blank, because obviously your monitoring will be here. I can't show you that at the moment because unfortunately I'm actually using it to film this review, but anyway, I'm sure you get the idea. Now as you can see, going back to the scroll wheel here, it has all the options, very easy to scroll around, and it's nice and smooth, as smooth as all the control would be on the Osmo Pocket as well. And the beauty about this is not only it's obviously handy for vlogging, such as here, and as you can see, I've just pressed the camera spin button, and that's turned round obviously and face me for selfie mode. And as per usual, all the functions in Osmo Pocket are still attached, they still carry on. So I've spun that round to me and immediately it's gone onto active track, which is superb. That's exactly what we want for a vlogging camera. But as I said, the good perspective of this, the best way, is the fact you can stretch this out, okay, and get a good view of yourself walking along, running, whatever you want to do. It's a bit difficult to get this on camera, but obviously, you know, you can get the idea. So let's bring that back down so I can bring that back into shot. Let's take that back round again. Okay, so it's very compact. Must admit, I am very impressed. Oh, the C1 and the C2. At the moment, I'm still sort of looking at it because, as I say, I find it quite hard to find the read small text, and as I said, I'm sure you guys do too as well. One little tip what I did is I actually took a photograph of the page and then zoomed in, but maybe that's just me because of my eyes. The C1 button. Now the C1 button, yes, it toggles between FPV, follow and tilt lock. I don't know if you can see that on the screen now, but so that's a nice little option there. And the C2 button, at the moment, it seems to be doing the same. So I think that'd be something that obviously I need to look at. I'm not too sure whether that function can be changed, or maybe an update in the future will enable us to alter that. I'm not too sure. Double tap on the function button. Okay, recenters the camera as per usual on the Osmo Pocket, and then 3 taps, 1, 2, 3, spins it round. Okay, so it's flipped, but you've also got a flip button here at the top as well, just for that operation, as you can see. So all in all, I have yet to test it out in the field, but all in all, I'm actually very impressed. It's something I've bought a couple of selfie sticks, mainly for my trip that I'm going out on, leaving for next week, but they've been okay. As I say, the one I showed you a couple of minutes ago, the dji Tech one, I was very happy with that, and I still am, because it's a tripod as well, a tripod stand. But to be able to have your controls at your, I say fingertips, but thumb tips here is spot on. And yet again, DJI have actually come in. Took a while to bring it out, but obviously they've got their reasons. But for me personally, I think it's worth the wait. The other item that I've received is the Osmo Pocket waterproof case. Let's have a look at that. This is something I have been waiting for because I'm hoping to do some swimming while I'm away. So obviously I wanted a camera that obviously was able to get it watertight, and not only that as well, going out in the rain, so obviously it's peace of mind, so I may even use it for that as well. So in the box they give you, not quite sure, I can't remember actually what they call them exactly, but they give you some example moisture strips, which obviously makes sense because obviously there could be a bit of a moisture issue, which you can get with any camera. I believe even with the new Osmo Action, it's prone to a little bit of condensation, obviously in the lens, that would dry very quickly. So that could be quite useful. But that's something obviously I need to test there in the box. And I was very surprised, and you can see that I've already taken it out of the packaging. Let's have a look. They're also in the box as well. Comes with the usual miniature instruction booklet. Again, you need magnifying glasses for eyes, but it's still there, and as I said, my little trick of taking a photograph and zooming in does all wonders, or help, should I say. Okay, let's have a look. So in the packaging, and this is it. What do you think? I was very surprised that obviously the lens is at the front. And obviously you can imagine obviously you're going to be going along like that. If you're a diver or a swimmer, or just like me, just like snorkeling, you're going to be going that sort of direction, which actually makes sense. Okay, you got the two mounting clips, one at the bottom and one on the underside, or one on the base and one on the underside. Okay, and I've tried them as well, because the items such as, and I don't think I've got them with me at the moment, such as the Gopro Accessories fit on there quite nicely. In fact, I've got a small one here that I could just try. It's a small tripod mount. And as you can see, you know, I'm sure as creators, vloggers, we've all got these mounts. So, you know, there's even like the one for the yellow one that you obviously go through in the water, which is inflatable, which is a pretty good one to use, especially for this. You don't want to drop it. But I'm actually thinking there's actually a hole on the base of this mount here. It's a small lanyard on, so I might put a small lanyard on and put it around my wrist. So that way, if it drops, then I won't lose my camera. But as I say, there's a nice little, and obviously you can have a combination of that. You can have a small sort of waterproof selfie stick to obviously get a different perspective again, you know, as you're going along. So that's a nice, easy one. But I suppose you're all waiting. How does it go in? As I said as well, I was just surprised as well. I was expecting, with all the little reviews that come through, I was expecting this to be transparent as well. But the way they seem to have set it up is, as you know, they've all had an update for the Osmo Pocket, and there's now an option for the waterproof case, and it puts the actual gimbal in a prime position. And I understand why now, because obviously as many of you already did, such as myself, we updated a few weeks ago, and it puts the camera in the optimum position, which is the same shape as this. It all now makes sense, because obviously it's going to be going forward. So to unscrew, fairly easy to understand. There is a small waterproof gasket here, just to make sure you don't lose that or break that, or if that comes off, it's just as a ring. And I know when I first unpacked it, it popped out, so make sure that's in before as you screw this back, because obviously that adds to the watertight seal as well, so make sure you don't lose that. There's a small clip inside, which is a securing clip, and you just literally pull that out there. Okay, and that is it, just a container. Now let's turn my Osmo Pocket on and scroll to settings, and as you remember, it's all the way through to the end, the new option, and tap that, and then it's telling you now to power off. So I power off. Okay, then that's ready for obviously for putting into the container. Now all it literally does, it slips in the container, make sure it's pushed all the way down, Now I won't open these because obviously I'm saving these for my trip, but obviously you've got the moisture tags, and I'm not 100% certain, it's something I will have to look into whether you cut these smaller. I'm assuming you do, because you don't want to waste all of that in one hit. You probably only need a small piece, I'm guessing, and then you just put that inside, maybe just behind the actual Osmo here. Then once it's pushed all the way down, then push in your bracket here, and there's a little click. Yeah, don't know if you heard that at all. There's a little click there that goes into position. Okay, and that, I'm sure that secures it. Now, as I said, now put on the top lens or the top cover. Remember that that gasket there needs to be in place. Okay, so to make sure that hasn't popped out, because that does add to the seal. Okay, and then screw it back in gently. Okay. Make sure that you don't cross thread these, because I noticed yesterday you can be in a bit of a rush and it can screw on and it won't be quite in line with the thread, and it won't be watertight. So just double check, make sure it's finger tight. There you go, nice and tight there. Okay, so there we go. So then to the usual to initiate. Okay, you can press the right hand button here. Okay. And then hold it down. As you can see, we're firing up, and there you go. And the screen's in the small window. I'm very impressed of the fact how compact it is. And as you can see, camera in there. So one click takes it from video to photo mode and back again. But as I said, remember the options for the camera setting, because the camera settings have to be set up prior to putting the actual Osmo Pocket inside the case itself. Now, all in all, I've yet to try it, and I'm sure there's going to be many reviews out there with people in exotic places swimming with these very, very shortly, because as I say, it's only just been released, as you all know. But I thought I'd get this out there to give some people some options, because I was very pleased and very happy that I received it in time for my trip, and I'm hoping to get some good footage over the next few weeks, which do at one point obviously I will put these up on YouTube. So I hope it's been any help, and happy filming.